Hey everybody, welcome to Who Gives a Shit, the podcast that asks the most important question. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
So, CJ, man, what's going on with you? How you doing, buddy?
A lot went on with me this weekend. I had a party this weekend, very fun. Couple dickheads that I'm very close with.
Yeah, I happen to know these clown asses.
Oh, yeah. You were really the only one missing, buddy. It would have been a...
Look, I already know that. You know I'm anchored. I'm not going anywhere. That's one of the fun things about being a second-class citizen, man, is that you get to have a bunch of your rights, just ripped from you with, without a care. They're just like, whatever, fuck you.
You know what, though? Travel. You can use that to your advantage, because anytime one of your family members has a gay destination wedding, you can just be like, look, man, I'm on parole. I can't go.
You think I don't play that card? Look, man, whatever the hell is your situation, there's always a double standard. And when you got some fucked up standard, you got to use that shit to your advantage. So, it's the perfect excuse. And also, it's just, I wouldn't go, I don't want to go and I can't. There's not even a fucking discussion. What the fuck is your problem? You can actually be kind of indignant and an asshole about it, where you can be like, are you for real? You know what's going on with me. Why are you even asking?
But yeah, I had this party. Was so entertaining. I had such a good time. Then it was actually eye-opening. And I remember when I was recovering from it the morning after, you called me around, I don't know. I was sleeping for hours on end, man. And you called me around 5 o'clock my time. And
yeah,
I told you I had a come to Jesus moment, but without all the religious faggotry.
Yeah. Dude, that shit fucked me up. So what the hell was that all about, man? What kind of religious moment do you get?
I basically realized that, I don't need to keep up with my gambling habit anymore, because I hung out with these guys for the night and I had so much fun with them, and it was the same love that I feel at the poker table. And not only was it cheaper, but it was probably just better for my wife, because it really didn't put me in a bad financial situation like gambling does. And if I can feel what love feels like without having to fucking gamble my whole check away, why not, man? And even I had it a little bit before too, because the day before the party, I went to a poker game and I didn't lose any money. I broke even, but I could just tell that I was off my game. And I think the reason for that is because I was just thinking about the party the entire time. So it's somewhere within that partying, I realized that poker isn't my number one priority, and I have a new thing to look forward to in life, I guess.
That's pretty cool. So, what's funny about this is if you go to patreon.com/WGA shit show, listen to the Cripple and Convicts episode that we did. It was an advice show. And effectively, CJ, you took my advice about getting your appetites under control, man.
I did, man. I'm not going to say what I did at the party was self-control. I wouldn't call it that, but it made me
I know
realize...
what kind of debaucherous shit y'all fucking pig-faced cretins are getting into. And so...
It made me realize that I no longer have to depend on gambling, and I would much rather just instead of blowing through potentially $400, which is what I normally do, think about how many strippers I can buy for the crew if I save that money up, just even for 2 months.
Weren't you talking about basically not casually gambling, but only going to the high roller tables?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna stop because I don't think I could. I think life would be too boring if I stopped entirely. So what I'm doing, and I'm tracking it on my phone to make sure I don't, fall off the deep end. I'm planning to play 10 times a year, and I think if I save up enough government checks every time I play, I can just go in with $2,000 and see what happens. Because I'm starting to realize that the grind of going in with 100, 200 twice a week, it's stressful, man. It's not as fun as it should be. So I think if I save up my money to play higher stakes, I'll have a better time.
So, CJ, percentage-wise, what do you think is the most you've ever been up in a go?
So around Christmas of 2019, I was up $1,100. I just had this run. I just kept winning and winning and winning and winning. And it was also the first time I was introduced to stimulants at that age. And I'm not a superstitious gambler because I think those guys are retards. But a lot of people were saying that the drugs were the reason I was playing so good. I don't really think that has anything to do with it. I think it's because, I fucking hate Michigan winters. They're like one of the worst things on earth that you have to go through if you live here. And I was just spending hours and hours on end in the poker rooms just because I didn't want to go outside.
Wait, you said you got introduced to stimulant. What stimulants you get introduced to, brother?
All kinds of shit, man. Adderall, Snow White. Adderall is much better because it's cheaper, but I'm impartial to Snow White. She's my wife. I'll never leave her. Adderall is more. I had told my dad this, and he just nodded his head in shame, but he also couldn't help to laugh. I told him, I said, Adderall is the cool ant that lets you smoke inside, and cocaine is the mother. Cocaine is the mother that I wish I always had.
Man, cocaine could be really fun. Like, I used to hustle the stuff, and man, this stuff was around. And dude, it was weird. I was falling asleep to a podcast last night, and Steve-O from Jackass Podcast come on. He's talking about doing coke with like Mike Tyson and all these people. And he's talking about how he's like, man, I got a lot of coke. I got like an 8-ball in one pocket and like the better part of an 8-ball in the other pocket. And he's like, dude, so I did all this coke with Mike Tyson. I'm like, damn, fucking Steve-O thinks that like 5 grams is a lot. I'm like, oof, all right. Like, and it just kind of struck me as weird how there's some people that are actually like so famous, have so much going on for them. But when it comes to having a connection like that, they really don't, it's really not as secure as you would think, when that used to be so casual to me.
Well, just look at Steve-O now. I mean, one could say that he has a better life because he's sober, but the consequences of that is that he's a vegan now.
Yeah, but he does like do stand-up things where he like tells stories and shit. Actually, his podcast isn't bad because while this dude was a damn dope fiend, I'll tell you what, he did a lot of interesting shit. And so it's a funny story to hear sometimes. Actually, I kind of like that show.
Adam, you're not normally wrong, but you're wrong out of the gate, out of this one. His podcast is not good.
Look,
and there's one reason for that.
All I'm saying is that it's gonna have a couple of gems in it. That's it, man. I just happened to find a couple ones that were good. I didn't want to go on and listen about his other shit, but doing coke with Mike Tyson was entertaining to hear about, dude. You telling me you wouldn't want to do coke with Mike Tyson?
I absolutely would, but any podcast with Bert Kreischer on it is just not worth my time.
The one I saw was just a little segment of him telling a story, so I didn't have to listen to, what's wrong with Bert Kreischer? He's funny. Oh my God, CJ. Are you serious right now?
Wait, are you asking me what's wrong with Bert Kreischer? He's funny.
I'm just saying that he's not funny.
The guy that thinks comedy is taking your shirt off and doing an improv. You think that guy's
Oh, dude, he
funny?
does have a bunch of cringy segments, but he does have a couple of little banger sets.
Fucking all of them. You know why Bert Kreischer is famous? Because he's Joe Rogan's friend.
Because he fucking drank a bunch of vodka with Russian mobsters and robbed everybody on a train. That's why he's famous.
No, it's called the Joe Rogan curse. I would say if you're gonna listen to the Roganites, they're all bad podcasters. But if you have to pick one to listen to, Joey Diaz is probably the best of all of them. And even that.
Joey Diaz is entertaining because he did a bunch of fucking time in prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He actually had character. He can go off of more than, I'm friends with Joe Rogan. These other guys, Bert Kreischer.
Dude, that dude has a bunch of fucked up blow stories talking about making bitches suck his dick for blow and shit like that. He's like, man, you do the devil, you're gonna taste the helmet, or some bullshit like that. That's fucking funny, man.
I think you're really wrong on this one. Yeah. Are we doing reverse roles here? Are you the cripple this time, and I'm the wise dude?
What the hell are you talking about? Look, it's all right to have a disagreement about what's funny. We see eye to eye more than we don't.
I'm just really surprised to hear it from you, man.
Look, man, I would rather find something funny than not find it funny. So when someone likes something I really don't like, I'm like, man, good for you, boo-boo. I'm glad you like it.
Like Bert Kreischer, I guess. That's cool.
Oh, damn. But anyways, let's get to the damn show, CJ. Lost my balls here. Fuck me, fuck me. Okay, so we kind of have a slight bit of a new segment here, all right, CJ? So what are we doing?
Queero'spondence with our resident queer, Mr. Rabitsky.
Yeah, Rabbit. So, all right. Okay, so this is something that we do agree on, fucking CJ. Man, I dug it up. I dug through the shit of the internet and I found a fucking diamond in that thing, man. This website was some of the funniest shit that I've read in a long time. And I would say guess that outlet, but no, really, go to this outlet. Look at their shit. It is so fucked up and funny. Okay, so it's redpilledreality.com, and the article is Disgraced Children Show Blues Clues Attempts to Normalize Pedophilia. So, hey, Rabbit, what you got to say about that?
Yeah.
Hold on. No, we lost him for a second. So keep an eye on it to see if he comes back. Actually, hold up. Let's give him some time. All right, that's a teaser. All right. And I can't even begin to explain how balls out fucking insane.
Oh, dude.
This article is.
I'm going to say this right now. If this doesn't win the Twitter poll this week, all our listeners are retarded, okay? This is the only article that has been brought onto the show that I read from top to bottom because it was just so batshit insane and so fucking entertaining to the point where even the comments on the article are retarded.
Yeah. So we'll talk about this thing in a second. So let's what do you want to talk about first, CJ?
I could go with either one, but there's something in the fashion world that happened recently, and I'm not going to guess the outlet because nobody knows what this outlet is. It's a very local paper. But the headline is, fashion designer makes patented, oh fuck, I can't say patent. How do you say that word, Adam? Be my tard translator.
Patented?
Yeah, patented design.
Yeah, patented.
For eye patch that prevents people from running into poles while on their phone walking. Now,
So, according to, I don't know exactly where you got this from, but you said you were talking about it. I was curious enough that I just Googled it. I wanted to know. And apparently, they're saying that this is supposed to be satirical.
really?
However, there's something about me that thinks that this thing wasn't initially made satirically. I don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment about that. But I did see this thing. So it's like it's like this little camera that goes like where your third eye is on your forehead. And if you're about to run into something while you're sitting there looking at your phone, it'll beep at you and tell you to stop.
But I brought this in because who runs into a pole when they're on their phone? Like, the people writing about this, they're just doing it nonchalantly as it's like an everyday occurrence. Who just running into shit because they're walking on their phone? Yeah, I'm not an expert at walking by any means, but I see a lot of other people do it, and I don't see people just running into fucking stoplights and stop signs and poles randomly.
Well, I don't know. So that's one of there's some people that are like, oh yeah, this was a satirical commentary on engineering. And, I thought about it and I could see how you get that take, but every single comment that I saw about this thing took it dead fucking seriously. Like this is an intended marketable product to get this thing out there.
It seemed like something that like Steve Jobs, a wannabe, would make. Like, I'm gonna be a real innovator. I'm gonna change the game. I'm gonna raise awareness. No one's ever gonna run into a pole again. That's the take that I got from it.
Well, if you really were just hell-bent on just staring at your phone nonstop while you're walking down the street and you really are like, you know what, I'm going to be watching like movies and shit. So I'm going to want to actually focus on this so that you can really get absorbed. Well, there you go. You got a solution so that you just won't eat shit running into a wall if you are just accident prone. There you go. You really solved a huge problem there.
This is why I asked the question, who gives a shit? Because number one, who gives a shit about this problem?
Okay, I'll tell you, there's some people that are just convinced that the world is ending at any fucking second. They're just like waiting for the world to end. And there's so many people here that are like, oh, this shows the downfall of our society. We're all doomed. They give a shit about this damn thing for some reason.
But I don't even see it as a problem because, like, let's say you are a retard who can't spend 30 minutes without looking down at his phone. If you run into the wall and you break your nose, that's a problem that fixes itself. So, like, there's no need for this fucking camera on your forehead. It's just dumb. And also,
it is pretty pointless.
What my method of this, what I used to do in high school, is if I was in front of a female that was on her phone while she was walking in the hallway, I would just run her over. And I think that is not only cheaper than this fucking eye patch, but it's more effective because my chair is about $650 with me out of it. So when that thing hits your foot at full speed,
damn, that's actually...
yeah, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna think about looking down at your phone to see what one of your thought friends posted on Instagram while you're walking in the middle of a busy hallway.
So 650 pounds with you. How fast can your chair go, CJ?
5 miles an hour.
5? Fuck. All right, I'll tell you, you need one of these things, man. And we need to soup your chair up so that it goes like 20. Maybe run a little bit of some different software so that it'll beep at you a hell of a lot sooner. So then you can be like, man, and sit there and just be casually gambling. Or no, not casually gambling, right? You're going to be bet big on your phone gambling. And then it could be like, whoa, we're doing it.
Yeah. Um, but it's a heavy. It'll make you think twice about doing bullshit on your phone. If you get ran into at 4.2 miles an hour by an object that's half the size of Boogie 2988, you're probably
Yeah,
gonna,
you know, if I didn't know any better, I
question.
would say this is an inventor's version of some dumbass Banksy art piece or something. Like they made this thing to try to show I don't know just how absorbed people really are in their phones or some crap like that. Just try to spin that into a performance art piece or something and try to bilk it for cash.
What
That's what
is
you'd
gonna
assume this would be
happen
about.
is this is my prediction for the closure of this article. Is I think it will sell, and I think the public is gonna rightfully reject it because it's a stupid idea. And then when the guy that made it sees that nobody's buying this thing, he's gonna be like, actually, that's what I wanted you to do because this is a satirical piece on society about how humanity doesn't interact with one another anymore, and everybody's addicted to social media, and it creates mental illness. It's gonna be one of those.
But man, even if you wanted to say it was satirical or something like that, there's something about the statement that this thing makes that seems like contradictory, like it's some sort of hacky kind of art piece and really doesn't even make a good social commentary.
Are you addicted to technology? Put this piece of technology on your head so you can be less dependent on technology. That's a big brain invention right there.
Yeah, real galaxy brain invention. I mean, I guess the real solution, if you really just wanted to always be looking at a screen while you're walking, is if they had some sort of like augmented reality glasses or something like that. There wasn't that really gay looking Google Glass shit.
It's really all I have to say about this. I might bring it back in when the sales are just non-existent, and whoever decided this was a good idea makes a cult piece about how they were making the most genius artistic statement of the century.
All
That'll be
right.
pretty
Well,
fun to read.
all right. So here's my question. This is what actually, we get to play our favorite segment. All right. So here is a headline. I want you to guess the outlet. Knockout conspiracies emerge after suspicious Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul video. And I'll give you a hint. It is something that's been brought in the past.
Bleacher Report. That's my guess. Is it Bleacher?
No, it's the New York Post.
Oh, damn.
So, you know, there really wasn't a lot of people talking about the conspiracy side of this. People more want to talk about the spectacle of it. So here's kind of what happened. Floyd Mayweather punched Logan Paul, like he really clocked him in the side of the head, and it looks like he fucking dazed him. At least he would have at least knocked him down. But then after that, he hooks his arm around him, and like it looks like he like stops him from falling down. That's what it kind of looks like.
Wait, Adam, you're telling me boxing is a legitimate sport and it only exists so that people can get massive payouts? I don't believe you, buddy.
I know it's surprising, right? Wait, are you telling me that boxing doesn't have elements of WWE in it? I didn't know.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, like the people judging the fight, you have no criteria of what the fight is judged on. You don't even know the experience of the people that are the actual judges. You might as
Now,
well
I'll tell
bet
you
on
what does
horses,
make me
which is
wonder
what
who
I
gives a
did.
shit about this, because this was an exhibition match. That means there's like no official card on this damn thing. So the gambling action on this fucking sucks anyway, because you can't have like a point call or anything like that. The only thing you could bet on is if someone gets knocked out. That's about the only thing you could bet on.
So I'm not gonna do sports betting anymore, but let's just say hypothetically, if I were to bet on this, I would throw $20 on Logan because I know it's gonna have some fucking insane payout, like 50-1. And boxing there's been so much bullshit throughout the history of boxing. It dates all the way back.
It's a fucking movie trope, fucking fixing a boxing match.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to the fucking the Great White Hope days in the fucking 1920s. Okay, boxing has always
Dude, did you
been
know that Wyatt
shit.
Earp was he fucking fixed the world's a world championship boxing match? Like he made a bad call over some gambling shit and got chased out of a state over it.
I heard something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, man, Wyatt Earp was really a piece of shit. To anyone that doesn't know, you should go listen to Roast Mortem Cast. Great show. But anyway, about this fucking boxing. I still am wondering. One of the main reasons I wanted to bring this in is because we talked about this before. Man, let me tell you, I love being a lazy piece of shit and just fucking double dipping.
Yeah, we actually talked about Jake Paul. I think Logan is the one in the Mayweather fight, right?
I don't know. To me, the Paul brothers are like interchangeable. They're both like basically the same douchey kind of guy. And I'm like, well, they're someone that like exists or something. And
well, that's to everybody, Adam. That's to everybody that's over 13. But
right. Well, I mean, I'm glad they got their money and got their niche or whatever, but I'm fairly indifferent about them. But I know they do douchey enough stuff and make enough people mad that I kind of do root for this dude to get knocked out. I'm like, nah, this dude is some fucking cocky kid. When's someone gonna knock some motherfucking sense into this guy? Like, I always kind of like it whenever people get their comeuppance on being a fucking asshole.
Well, I believe it's not gonna happen. I think the judges. Because the payout on, if you bet on Paul to knock out the best boxer of all time, the payout on that bet is going to be insane, okay? You could bet
it has to be.
You could bet $100 on that fight and you would make enough money to survive off of it in a year if it hits. And you know what? Boxing is so fucking absurd and crazy with all the decisions that they've made over the years. I really don't think it's that far-fetched to put money on Paul here. So,
now, there's some
to me,
people
that would
in
be
the
the only
conspiracy
group
camp
that could even come close to giving a shit about this.
In the conspiracy of what this article says, what some people are speculating is that Floyd Mayweather did this. He didn't want to knock the guy out because he wanted to go the distance so that he could try to fight his brother, other Paul, Jake. I think it's Jake. And I was like, I mean, cool story, maybe. It does look mighty suspicious. I
just like that. I like that the people in these comments of this article think that a guy who's illiterate can set up a grand conspiracy.
Yeah, he is. Well, I mean, it's not like the dude doesn't have snap. At least he burned some of these people. Like when someone asked him after the fight if this fight like taints his legacy, and he said legacy doesn't put food on the kid's table or something like that. And and I was like, he's got a point. He got some stupid amount of money, dude. It was like really dumb, like some ludicrous number that doesn't even make any sense. I couldn't even comprehend spending that much money. I don't even know what I'd do.
I can tell you one thing, though, not as dumb as Floyd. That guy carries $300,000 in cash on him at all times.
Yeah, the guy himself is pretty cool. Have you seen his motherfucking watch?
his iced out Rolex collection.
Dude, he has a watch where he like owns the patent to the watch, and it's set with like Russian diamonds on like every place you could fit a diamond on this thing. He has it, and it's a one of one, and it's like some incredibly weird thing. He paid like over $1 million for this thing. I think it was closer to like 2.5 or something.
My favorite from his collection is he's got a golden compass watch where he had it directly modeled after the book and the movie. Now, he can't read, so I'm going to assume that he watched the movie, and that's how he got the idea.
That movie sucked.
Oh, yeah, it did. But the watch itself, man, it's fucking cool. And there's only
that was cool looking, you gotta admit.
Yeah. There's only one of them in existence, and he has it. And I think it's tripled in value since he got it. It's like a $4 million watch.
I can see why I'd want to get the watch, man. Watches hold their value if you get a really nice one. It's kind of like a rich person thing to do. But damn, now we're talking about motherfucking watches instead of who gives a shit about this fight. Because I still don't know who would want to watch this. Because this would be fucking boring as shit. Like, pretty much every Mayweather fight I ever watched really was not very exciting.
Well, no, because he just dodges until they get past 5 rounds, and then the other guy's tired.
We said that last time. I still don't really care. I don't really care. No, the conspiracy thing actually added a tiny bit of spice to it. At least they know how to have some drama or what the fuck ever. But, damn. Anyway, let's get out of this thing and actually get into potentially your favorite segment. Let me check it. No, Rabbit's still out. All right. Trying to get back to it. That is To Catch a Redditor.
Might be at the Pride Parade, man.
Well, let's talk about this Pride Parade. So let's talk about the fucking the To Catch a Redditor for that segment. All right. It's about Blue's Clues. So here we go.
From r/RuPaul's Drag Race. It makes sense in context, writes, the small details in this, like giving the orange-pink lesbian flag, have me in tears. It's clear this was done by and for the queer community. I love it.
So, man, really love having a gay pride parade in a children's cartoon, like a young children's cartoon.
Apparently the gays really like their children's cartoons. Oh no.
You ever watch this show, CJ?
When I was 5.
Damn, it wasn't even around when I was a kid, but I got forced to watch it as an adult because I have a niece that is like, so I'd watch it with her when she was like 3 or something like that, like 3 or 4. And, I mean, this show was infuriating. I'm like, oh my God, this is some mind-numbing shit. And the little fucking jingles and crap like that, like, get stuck in your head. And I'm like, I really fucking hate this. This is a fucking terrible show.
Sounds like every other kid's show. I remember really liking it when I was a child, though. And I was actually surprised to see that it was still around.
Yeah, I mean, there was only one funny thing about that show. And that is my niece thought that Steve or whatever the heck his name is, was a kid, and he couldn't like convince her otherwise. And that's about it. That was mildly humorous. But, you know, having a gay pride parade like and a little kid show, does it raise an eyebrow? Yeah. I'm kind of like, but I mean, I don't really give a shit either way. There's so much dumb shit in kids' cartoons. I barely remember any of that shit that I watched back when I was young. So I don't really care either way. Let's listen to another fucking To Catch a Redditor about this shit.
User Rosebine writes, seeing the dolphin in a wheelchair made me tear up. Skippy Doo Skippy C writes, this is so fucking cute. It makes me want to cry.
You hear that, CJ? You got representation. There's a dolphin in the wheelchair, and people are crying about it.
What's gayer than a gay pride parade and a kids cartoon? We just found out, everyone.
Oh my god. Well, I got more. There's more. Okay, here you go.
User Fuffy Pits writes, "Why did this make me cry?" Peanut Butter Vibes writes, "I'm actually gonna ugly cry over this." Isabeps writes, "I'm crying. This is amazing."
Tell me that this is not a perfect representation of having a gay pride parade and a kid's cartoon, as that is not some of the gayest shit you've ever heard in your entire fucking life.
Well, it's pretty gay, but it's even gayer that you go to Reddit / whatever to talk about how it's so inspiring that you're gonna cry.
You're like, I think everyone needs to know right now, I am crying, okay? There's gay pride and a kid's cartoon. This is so amazing and great. I'm like, oh, really? Like, how many, are you like half a box of wine in already and are just on the verge of crying all the time or something? Like, what the fuck is your problem?
Well, all those hormones. And that has to be the reason you're crying about a kid's cartoon, right? I mean, even the mentally retarded don't do that.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking bad. Well, all right, let's hop on to the fucking Floyd Mayweather fight.
From r/boxing, Forever Dengal writes, "Logan Paul would KO McGregor, and I'm not joking." Voicera writes, "Some of you pussies are in serious denial. Floyd couldn't hurt him. He didn't fucking knock him out and carry him around the ring. Paul was never hurt. He was never in trouble. Floyd wanted to tire him out in the first few rounds and then go after him in the last couple of rounds. Failed strategy. Mayweather looked weak, and it's definitely hurt his reputation amongst other boxers."
How does that comment make you feel, CJ?
And you're wrong. You're being a real Reddit right now. That you think this fight between a YouTuber actually matters to the greatest boxer of all time. He literally,
it's
doing
interesting
this
to know that there's people that like maybe right at the end of that fight there was like a fucking Mandela effect where the universe fucking split and there's two fucking realities where in one of the universes that fight was like completely fucking different than how it actually played out.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna do this fight, win or lose. He's gonna make so much cash from it. And he's gonna drop the entire check on another Rolex that he got an idea for. He doesn't care about this fight, so why should you?
Yeah, who gives a shit? All right, let's talk about that freaking cell phone eye thing.
From r/interesting as fuck, Blue Monk 1 writes, "It's ugly as hell and looks really lame, but if you want to use your cell phone while you walk around, you already look really lame."
This is one of the ones where actually everyone had a pretty base take. Like, pretty much, I couldn't find a bad take. It happens sometimes. We find something to talk about and look up and down Reddit at a casual glance, and you know what? People aren't being retarded. It happens.
It always surprises me when it happens, but it does happen every once in a while.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we're probably going to end up talking about next. In fact, let's do this next. And that is, it's about Kid Rock.
From r/watch people die inside, Crunchyroll 55 writes, "I don't give a shit." Apocalypse and Chill writes, "I'll vote for him." Moderately Nerdifying writes, "I guarantee he's on the LGBTQ rainbow and is compensating for something."
So, what do you think? So, all right. Here, let's just get out of To Catch a Redditor and get into your fucking topic, CJ. What do you got for us?
Well, fuck, that guy on Reddit stole like 50% of my jokes, so I'm gonna have to rewrite this. But, This is another nobody publisher, so I'm not going to make anybody guess who it is. It's from countrytoday.com. And the headline is Kid Rock in hot water for using homophobic slur on stage.
Oh.
Now,
and it didn't. What? Who? Okay. So I didn't even really care to look into this at all. Actually, I saw what you were what you said you were going to have, and what I needed to like find, but I didn't really care. And now that I hear you actually say the fucking article, I'm like, man, what the fuck? What?
Do you remember episode 1, the very first episode of the show? You remember the title of that episode?
N,
yes. So this is another article like the Trenton Wade one. This is a country outsider thinking that people who listen to Kid Rock give a shit about you saying the word faggot. And because the writer does. Yeah, because the journalist gives a shit about the F slur, quote unquote. She thinks that country fans do also. Now, I am from Detroit, so unfortunately I have to deal with people who think Kid Rock is an actual musician. And if there's one thing I can tell you after talking to these people hours on end, usually at a bar, they do not give a shit about saying the word faggot. And they throw it around pretty loosely. So this is another white, middle-aged LA author who thinks that the word faggot is the same as stabbing a baby in public. And it's, again, who gives a shit? I mean, the only person I can find that cares is the author. No country fans give a shit about this. If you're going to the Kid Rock concert because you want him to say faggot on stage. That's why you bought the ticket in the first place.
The attitude about Kid Rock. Although, man, I actually heard some of his country shit that he's done, and it's not bad. Although it is a shock to my system because, man, I was in fucking middle school listening to Kid Rock. Man, ball with the ball, like he whipped his dick out on stage at Woodstock '99. A fucking Kid Rock, man. He had. Wait a minute. Did we talk about him getting shit thrown on him?
I know, but they wanted to throw him out of Little Caesars Arena. So he was the first concert when Little Caesars Arena was built. And I know this.
Oh, they wanted to kick his ass out?
I followed this very closely because everybody this was senior year of my high school, and everybody was talking about how retarded the ticket prices were. It was like $170 for like a shitty middle range part of the arena. And everybody was making fun of the arena for how overpriced these fucking tickets are. And there was a big fucking hassle. I believe it turned into a riot, and the cops had to break up the concert. But he dropped a rebel flag in the backdrop of his concert in Detroit, and surprise, surprise, that didn't go over too well.
Fucking awesome, dude. Anytime I hear that a riot broke out, I'm like, fuck yeah, brother. I don't think I'm ever opposed to a riot.
I'm more of in terms of country controversial fags, I'm more of a Ted Nugent guy myself. Because at least Stranglehold is a good song. And they're in that same category of people. If I were to go to a Ted Nugent concert, it's not for the music. It's because I want to see that retard fucking blow up a Obama dummy doll with a double barrel shotgun. I'm not going for the art of Ted Nugent, because there isn't any.
Dude, check this out. So, Kid Rock has a fucking honky-tonk bar and grill, and he kept this thing open the entire time of COVID and was putting on shows and shit. And the cops had to shut this place down several times because of shit getting out of hand. And someone ripped off their colostomy bag and like whipped this thing around in a 360 and fucking flung shit on Kid Rock or some shit like that.
That might have been me. I was probably intoxicated at the time of the incident, so I don't know, but sounds like something I would do.
Oh my god. Fucking Kid Rock. And, you know, really, I think I listened to his music while I was like an angsty middle schooler, and then I just kind of quit listening to it and never looked back. So I haven't thought or cared about Kid Rock for fucking ever.
For me, that guy was Fred Durst.
Dude, I still appreciate Fred Durst because I appreciate who Fred Durst is. Like, the douchey band lead is what he means to me. Because there are some memes with this guy in them that are still fucking funny because of how fucking douchey that backwards red baseball cap looks.
And the tank top, too. He was one of the first guys I can remember. I saw some concert on TV or something, and he had a pickup truck. It was a Ford F-150, and it had Lamborghini doors on it. And I just remember thinking, wow, this is so white trash douchebag that I can't even hate it right now.
Oh, shit. We got a call from the field. So we got some Queero'spondence going on right now. So, hey, Rabbit, you there?
I am here, buddy. What's up?
Okay, man. I got this story, dude.
Spit it out.
Okay, so it's called Red-Pilled Reality. Disgraced children's show Blue's Clues attempts to normalize pedophilia. Okay, that's the name of the article. And I am sending this to you right now.
All right, I'll take a crack at it. See what we got. Redpilledreality.com. Voted America's best porn site. Oh, I can't believe it. They not only have the NAMBLA logo in a swirl in a cartoon character's hair, but also the butterfly motif, so famously known as meaning child lover. Why do they have the commie salute in a little globe, though? That is a little interesting.
Oh, I don't. Oh, on the microphone.
Oh, you know what? It's probably just because it's a big... I mean, not even a communist salute. That's just like the power fist that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Happy Pride,
yeah. Fuck the power. So scroll down a little bit, man. So this is where the original fucking conspiracy theory comes from, right? And of course, it's fucking moral fagging people that see pedophiles fucking everywhere. So there's a color pattern.
This is basically, this place, Red Pill Reality, it's basically moralfag.com. That's what they should rename this to.
Well, you know what they say, if all you've got is shouting pedophile, all of your problems start to look like people who are pedophiles.
Okay. So, all right, scroll down to the part where it shows like the pedophile flag thing, man. So what do you think about that shit?
Oh, Adam, you ever play Magic the Gathering?
Yes, I have.
I think this is a spider because it has got reach.
Not all spiders have reach, man.
Oh, I know, you nerd.
And they didn't always call it reach, bro. You know, I used to play Magic professionally.
Man, I meant to just break your balls on this a couple times. How are you like a coke dealer and the tabletop nerd? Like, how does that exist?
I was a fucking nerd, dude. All right, so Well, let me give you a
let me
little window.
rephrase for you old school players. Adam, this article really looks as if it could block creatures with flying, even though it doesn't have flying.
Yeah, that's exactly
Break out the Oracle text on that.
So, anyways, I guess we'll get back into my tabletop gaming proclivities. And yes, CJ, I was a fucking gangsta and a nerd at the same time. That was a fun thing to do. And what was I gonna say? Oh, dude. So, have you ever met one of those hyper religious people that sees fucking like Illuminati triangles everywhere?
Yeah, I've noticed that they also see this the demonic owl Moloch from Muslim religion, who the elites sacrifice people at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, dude, I love Alex Jones, but everything doesn't have to be about Alex Jones, man. It can't be just a fucking owl.
I think these people
are putting chemicals in the
wacky.
owls that turn the freaking kids trans.
Oh, that's how.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
There he is.
Oh my god, I love Alex.
Right,
hey Alex Jones, how have you enjoyed Gay Pride Month?
Sucked any ding dongs?
Oh wow. Okay.
So I gotta end this. Before we end this segment, I gotta ask Queero'spondence something.
What do you got?
So, as a destroyer of all things good and slayer of children's innocence, how do you feel about this Blue's Clues cartoon? Do you get any sense of pride from this pro-child rape cartoon at all?
It looks to me like classic, just leftist elite misunderstanding of what anybody thinks or feels, even their own side. Nobody wants this. Nobody requested this. Nobody thinks this will do anything. And also, keep drag queens out of fucking everything.
Yeah, drag queens are just kind of cringe and lame.
They're cringe and lame, but it's also a community that has always been for adults. The fact that anybody wants children to be a part of it is disgusting.
That's always been fucking weird to me.
And I'm not saying it in a way. I'm not saying protect the kids. I'm saying, hey, these kids are fucking up all my adult shit.
Oh
yeah, isn't the whole point of the drag queens to begin with? The whole bit is that you see their penis popping out of a dress. Like, isn't that the whole thing to begin with? Like, what?
I don't know if that's the whole thing.
Need to be a part of that. What else is there?
Well, I don't know if I have the time for drag history.
Yeah, don't look at me, man. Although anytime there's ever been like a drag queen around that was associated with like an adult time show, actually it wasn't always a bad time, because there's some people like that are out there at the Renaissance Festival, man. They're actually genuinely talented.
You know, I got a new bit idea for you. The biggest homo in history, taking the sistery out of history.
Oh my god. What? Why? What?
Bruh.
Why you gotta hit? Why you gotta do?
Bro, that's a pretty good pun. But I don't think even we could take an stereoscope a bit and make it funny.
Oh, I know.
You don't want to hear a Muppet laugh at a joke his girlfriend wrote?
No, I would watch Kermit the Frog if I did.
Well, hey, Rabbit, you want to hang out with us while we do voicemails, man?
I'll listen around. Might be in and out.
All right. So, everybody, if you want to give us a call, feel free to do so. Give us a call at 281-747-6015 and tell us who gives a shit. So, hey, CJ, man, you got anybody you want to plug this week?
I do. So I was on Godzilla versus the Podcast Monster with Tony from Hank.
Oh, cool.
Movies. And we talked about the terror of Mechagodzilla It is it's a 70s era Godzilla film. It's entirely in Japanese. I would say it's a very good movie to watch when you're stoned, and we gave it a robot titties out of 10. So if you want to hear a more in-depth analysis on the reign of Mecha or the tear of Mechagodzilla, it's out right now, out everywhere.
Oh, cool. Well, so one thing I'd like to plug is our Patreon. Be sure to go visit us on Patreon at patreon.com/WGA Shit Show. Also, follow us on Twitter at WGA Shit Show. But
and that also reminds me, I got to talk about the Twitter poll from last week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What about the Twitter poll, man?
So this is the first changeover from the Who Gives a Shit account to my account, Crippled Jesus. We had 29 votes, and the winner was Tulsa Race Riots with 45%. So neither of us won, and it was actually the first time a guest had won. So congratulations, Rabbit.
Damn.
You won one, buddy. One for the queers, and I think that's the best way we could
Oh, it's pride. We'll get ours.
How the fuck does Rabbit get to gloat about winning one of these things before I do?
So, Adam, in closing remarks, Nana Nana Boo Boo, stick your head in dog do, I'm better than you.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Rabbit. It's not my fault I can't get as retarded as you, motherfucker.
Fuck at me.
But oh shit, let's get into some I forgot to say. So I was on the Rich Dickman show, patreon.com/ fucking oh shit, I forgot his fucking Patreon. He tried to correct me on it and it fucking threw me off because I was like,
patreon.com/ the Rich Dickman show. That's it.
Oh yeah, okay. And I fucking roasted Spaghetti about doing. I told him he was a guy that looked like his best friend was a lesbian.
That's
oh shit!
If you know what spaghetti looks like, that's a pretty accurate burn. Got him.
Yeah, a little on the nose.
Got him.
But let's get in some voicemails here. Here's the first voicemail of the week.
Hey, guys. I was just listening to the episode that came out on Friday, and I heard there were some audio issues. So I wanted to call to offer I'm like an amateur web developer and audio engineer, and I've been listening to the show since the first episode, and I just finished school for the spring semester, so I won't have anything until the fall. So if you guys need any of my help, I would love to help make a website or something. I don't know, help you with making a better audio setup, anything. Just go ahead and give me a call back. Thanks.
Oh shit. Shit. We get audience free services, CJ.
Yeah, a website would be pretty badass, and they say you can't teach a retard new tricks, but you sure sound like you can.
Oh, so, yeah.
We might have to call you back on that.
I don't know. Might take you up on it. Although, how do you say it? Oh, no, we can figure something out. Really, I'll do you right, man. I was just fucking joking about it being free, There's something about what a generosity is actually a virtue, man. Let me tell you. Okay, let's get into the last voicemail of the week.
All right, Captain Blackbread here. Who gives a shit about taxidermy? Like, honestly, I know there's like some goth chicks that are into it. That's great and all, except it's not great at all. It's just dead. It's like animal skin around a fucking thing, and it's like. Obviously, you have fucking attachment issues if you really need to have that around. Now, let me tell you what I do give a shit about, and that is cat drones.
What?
And you have to check out a video of this shit, because you could literally just wrap the skin of your old fucking cat around a cat-shaped drone, and fly your dead cat. So give that a shot. Fucking dead cat taxidermy drones. I give a shit.
So, have you seen that video, CJ? Rabbit?
I have not, but
I think I have.
can you drop your dead cat on the people? Is there like a button for that?
No, they just stuffed a fucking dead cat skin around this fucking drone dude. And, you know, it's all like splayed out like a quadcopter, like this thing is like permanently falling or something, and they're just flying around this dead cat. It's fucking weird. And actually, it's kind of odd that he mentions that, man. I actually had an ex that was into taxidermy and like collecting furs and shit like that. And it was kind of weird, a little bit, just a little bit. It was kind of cool, but really, it was kind of weird.
Well, I'll
Now
tell
this
you.
ex did she live in Texas?
Yeah, all my
All of
exes
your
live in
exes?
Texas. Hold on. Let me check that math. No. I think there's one that's not.
Oklahoma, then.
I'll tell you why people.
Oh no, I fucking fell off of talking with her a long time ago.
I'll tell you
Last
why
I checked, she
people
wasn't.
are into taxidermy. Captain Blackbeard or Bullbeard. I'm sorry, whatever your name is. People are into taxidermy because it's illegal to stuff the hookers that you chopped up and put into your trunk. So they kill a bird and put it on display instead because that is legal. That's why people like taxidermy.
Man, I can't believe how much of a rude motherfucker you are right now, CJ. You're gonna mess up that guy's name? That's Captain Blackbread, literally a guest on a friend of the show. How you gonna fuck that guy's name up, man?
I got
Fucking Blackbeard or whatever.
I like
Oh,
it,
come
guy. I like it, guy. You took the abortion joke I made at the end of the show. You took it very well. So I'm not dunking on you or anything. I'm a fan of you. I'm too crippled to remember anybody's name.
Yeah, the retarded defense, the retarded Nuremberg defense. No one can penetrate that.
I know it too well. And,
We've been going a little long here, CJ. If you
we
want to
have.
sign off.
I was just gonna sign the show off with the retarded Nuremberg defense. So, you got anything else, buddy?
No, nothing. Rabbit, you got anything you want to say?
Oh, I got nothing. You know
All
how you
right,
do
well.
shit. Maybe
Stay
one day.
horny, everybody. Stay horny.
You know what?
everyone.
Download my last episode twice. I want to win even more.
All right. See ya.
See ya.